In Team Fortress 2, in order to get a Hale Zone strange weapon, you need to get at least 8,500 kills. There are 140 unique strange weapons in the game. This means you roughly need over 1 million kills to accomplish the full Hale Zone inventory. So yeah, as a disclaimer, I haven't actually accomplished this, but then again, I'm pretty positive no one anywhere has legitimately done this. But surprisingly, accomplishing this challenge is quite plausible, if not a little disgusting. But for me, as opposed to literally tasking myself with getting 1 million kills, I've instead applied my poor mathematics to determine the time investment this undertaking would take. It takes too long. But, you know, it's fun to talk about. Strangers are fun, right? They're one of the leading reasons I could spend nearly 1 year of my life, wow, on Team Fortress 2 alone. It's enjoyable to have something tangible to track rather than just some ethereal, you're getting better at the games knowledge. But I always wondered how long it would take if you played TF2 with the sole goal of getting every strange to Hale Zone. So for most weapons, 8,500 kills is achievable with a moderate amount of effort, yet, you know, sometimes the items are... I'd use the word tortuous. For example, the Fan of War is a scout melee item which notoriously does abysmal damage. Now, it's not intended to hit people with and kill them, but that doesn't change the fact that the strange variant wants you to kill 8,500 people with it. So how are we going to do this? Well, using basic sample sizes that I'll be sourcing myself, I can also determine how fast or slow my rate of getting strange points per item is. So let me just give you an idea how this would work. If I wanted to determine my Manntread kill rate, I'd jump into a public server and measure my general rate of kills, usually over a 10-minute period of time. Then that's what you'll be seeing. That's the numbers I'll be giving. That's what you're gonna get. Yeah. But before I give you anything, let's get the rules out of the way. Now, the first rule is I'm only counting equipable weapons. There's no point in counting cosmetics or the spirit of giving, since they're kinda dumb and who cares, and that would just add a ton more math for me to do, and I don't feel like... The second rule is no cheating. I could probably get this challenge done in the next 2 weeks if I just sat on a farm server, so that's going to be banned. Only kills obtained in Valve servers, comp games, general rules pubs are being considered. Third rule, the resupply cabinet can be abused, since it's going to actually make some stranges incredibly easy to get. 4, just one variation of each item, since there is like 90 strange scatterguns, I am going to leave it as just the strange scattergun. 5, I'm not counting time between servers or anything like that, it would be kind of hard and arbitrary to do. Finally, 6, for the calculations, I'm going to be using optimal scenarios, so for example, maps that are the best for each weapon or class is what I'll be factoring into my calculations. And those are the rules. I'll start with the 100% definable stranges just to get those out of the way, and then I'll discuss the more up for debate tier stranges. I'm also saving melee and some of the hard stranges for the end, so if you truly like horrible things only, feel free to jump to later in the video. Okay, let's start by calculating the consumable stranges, with the fastest Hale Zone to obtain being Bonk, Atomic Punch. Just to clarify, I started by going into a pub to test the cabinet, it works, and then determined that you can drink a new bonk every 3 seconds, roughly. On average, you could get 20 bonks a minute. Therefore, with a little bit of math, this works out to 425 minutes, or just over 7 hours to get Hale Zone with the Bonk Atomic Punch. Alright, not much more to go. That's 7 hours in, we're going good. Critical is the exact same item as Bonk, so it takes another 7 hours. Moving over to the heavy consumables, and they take a little bit longer just due to the eating speed. On average, you could eat a sandwich or the locust bar every 4 seconds, resulting in 15 per minute. This would net you Hale Zone after 566 minutes or nearly 9.5 hours each. So all in all, these consumable stranges take approximately 33 hours to obtain. Yeah, we'll be here for a little while, but before moving on to a bit of guesswork with the weapon stranges, let's talk about some more entirely definable items, starting with... The spy watches are incredibly easy to calculate. Simply opening up the wiki and determining the rate at which they achieve max rank, we can see that it takes 160,000 seconds in order to get Manco Select. Since we have 2 watches that count like this, we can add another 89 hours to the total. Now, as you know, Spy has a third watch, the Dead Ringer, but since it doesn't work the same way, we have to figure out a different calculation. If you have a sole purpose of farming this watch, you can pretty decently get 4 Fanes a minute. You'll have to work hard to do that, but certain maps give an easy Fane farm. With this in mind, it takes roughly 35 hours to get Hale Zone. Okay, so now that's pretty much the self-explanatory ones that don't involve enemies. Now we have to talk about the ones that involve other players. Once again, to reiterate, I will be calculating the rates of kills per minute myself, so I'm going to be obviously using my own skill in my estimations. I will jump into a pub, do about 10 minutes worth of testing per item, and then determine my personal KPM. Now, considering that I am one of the greatest players that's ever lived, obviously, this will be skewed to what I can relatively accomplish. Obviously, this is a subjective thing, so if you're better or if you're worse, this will be faster or slower. If you happen to be the greatest Thompson player that exists in all of reality, please let me know how fast you can do it, because I certainly am not. I have done my best to make this legitimate, and, sometimes you're going to get a lucky crit that'll kill 8 people in 5 seconds, or maybe you'll have accidentally connected to the new man versus machine servers we've all been familiar with. I think it all works down to around my estimates. We have so many weapons to go through, so I'm going to be keeping descriptions on most things pretty brief. Moving over to Scout with the scattergun, and yeah, amazing weapon. One of the easiest to give a solid 4 kills per minute. Boom dada boom. The Force of Nature, while being a less impressive weapon overall, is still a Scout scattergun, so it's getting 3 kills per minute. The Shortstop with a big old who cares. But once again, it is still a Scout primary, so yeah, clock up that 3k PM. The Soda Popper, and once upon a time, an easy 4k, like an easy 4k, but the weapon is less bullshit today, so 3 kills it gets. The Babyface's Blaster is we'll call it 3 since it's a Scout primary weapon. The weapon has seen better days, however, but it's been relegated to who cares status as well. The Backscatter is a bad scattergun. Now, a bad scattergun is still an amazing weapon, as I've had to keep saying every single time, so we're still giving this one 3 kills. Despite its sucking balls. Moving over to Scout secondaries with the Winger, and we'll give it 2 kills a minute, I think. It's rough, but if you're trying hard for pistol kills, it's not so bad. Up next is the Pretty Boy's Pocket Pistol, and same score as the Winger. It's gonna get 2 kills per minute, because, just sit there and tap, 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 tap. The Flying Guillotine is next, and holy shit, here we go. This thing is so bad now, it's sad. Like, yeah, you're looking at a kill every 1 minute, unless you're getting stupidly lucky. It's impractical, and with no setups anymore, you get another 141-hour Hale zone. Moving on, we got Mad Milk, and this thing has all the potential to get like 9 a minute, but 3-ish was about the consistent mark. Alright, so the grand total for Scout is 600 hours, which is, damn, not that fast. Moving into Soldier with another one of those mega weapons, which needs no introduction or explanation as to why it's getting an average of 4 kills per minute. Summed up, it's very good. The Get Good of rocket launchers. The direct hit is one of those pretty fun novelty weapons, but it takes a minor hit in speed. 3 kills per minute instead of 4. The Black Box. This gets 4 kills per minute with my explanation note here saying, yeah, I mean, just don't die and etc. 4 is fine. This weapon drives me insane. The rocket power akin to slapping your nutsack in people's face, but it's still a rocket launcher, so 3 kills it gets. Well done, Liberty Launcher, you fucking nutsack. The Cowmangler 5000 is the rocket launcher without ammo. Wow, that sounds like an easy 4 minute. The Beggar's Bazooka is kinda nonsense, and it removes your thinking glands from the equation, while still netting 4 kills per minute. The Airstrike, while being bad and weird to use, it still shoots rockets, so enjoy your 3 kills per minute, cause I can't be bothered. The Buff Banner is pretty easy to build up, especially if that's all you're doing. Just make sure to spam it on cooldown and you'll get around 2 minutes. The Battalion's Backup is the same thing as before, 2 minutes. The Contra is the same thing as before, so 2 minutes. Man, these banners make for fun content, huh? The Righteous Bison is one of the saddest items that exist now. I mean, damn, what a sorry item this is. It's just simply too weak to get 2 kills per minute. 1 is what it is. So, that's gonna come out to 635 hours for most of the soldier stuff. With the exception of, this, and, well, all this too, so whatever, 635 done. The Flamethrower is a strong weapon nowadays because Valve hates balancing anything, but anyway, that's not my point. Here's 3 kills per minute. The Backburner is good at killing. It's so good at killing, it gets 3 kills per minute. Thanks for listening to my video. Subscribe for more. It physically pained me too much to put the degreaser at 2 kills per minute, and it's still good for running at people blindly, so I'm giving it 3. The Phlogistinator, and I've seen this thing put out like 12 kills a minute on some Skyle servers, so let's call it 4 and be good. Okay, moving on to Pyro Secondaries with the Flare Gun, which is a great item, but yeah, it's a little slow, so we'll give it 2 kills per minute. The Detonator, I'm giving 2 kills per minute as well. I'm being fair, to be honest, but it's not too much of a stretch. You might get some lucky kills here and there. The Man Melter is another one of those items which sucks, but spamming it will still get you some kills with decent speed, so we'll give it 2 a minute. The Scorch Shot is usually complete bullshit, but this will rob kills from your team a lot, so cool, 2 a minute as well. Very, very fun secondaries here. There we go, Pyro comes in at 460 hours, which is, pretty good for, better than most. Why, Pyro? The grenade launcher is one of the best items ever developed for fun, but for kills, we'll give it a smooth 3 kills per minute, with the great potential to give you like 12 kills per minute, because it's fun. The lock and load is now one of those weird items, and it's kind of bad for getting kills, but it's still a grenade launcher, so that's inherently good for getting kills. 3 kills per minute. The loose cannon is a bit slower. I think 2 is fair. The iron bomber is a great item. It became the de facto demo main primary for a good reason. 3 kills per minute. Moving over to the secondaries, which are actually the primaries, with the sticky bomb launcher, which, you know, is a powerhouse. We'll pick up a lot of kills. 4 is a fair estimate, but honestly 5 isn't out of the question. The Scottish Resistance gets 2 kills per minute, because yeah, this concept proves to be weaker and designed around waiting, so... The Charge and Targe is sitting at 3 kills a minute because thankfully it's based around melee kills now. Which, yeah, if it was still based around the shield kill alone, then I'd probably give it 1 per 15 minutes. The Splendid Screen is also getting 3 kills a minute because it's basically Targe and Targe, but it's strong as shit now, that's good. Fair play. The Quickie Bomb Launcher gets 3 kills a minute because it's actually torture to use, but at the end of the day, if you acclimate to its shit factor, it's still a Sticky Bomb Launcher. Okay, we've got demo down as well. We're looking at another 412 hours to the total. Yeah, that's nice. Here's Heavy! Everybody's favorite strong character Heavy. Boy, I cannot think of a stronger and more dynamic class in this game. I'm not much of a Heavy fan either. Let's begin with the minigun, and you know, Heavy can wreck some serious balls in pubs, but he is slow and you're going to die to a lot of things, so 3 kills per minute. The Natasha is so similar to the stock when you get into it that despite all the weird differences, I think it gets 3 kills as well. The Brass Beast sucks, but you know, Heavy's whole game plan is people running into you, so it's consistent enough. 3 kills. The Tomislav, 3 kills. Man, this class is very dynamic. The Hulong Heater, being far too kind to this horrible weapon, but let's just pretend that you don't always have no ammo. 3 kills per minute. We have 1 Heavy secondary to talk about since we already talked about his consumables earlier. Here we have the Family Business, which is a garbage concept for Heavy to have on his own, but this little shotgun can put away some pretty good kills. 2 kills per minute. And that's it actually. We'll talk about melee later, so for Heavy we've got a grand total of 306 hours, which will probably be the best, because it fucking has 5 items in it. This class. For the record, I am not a fan of Engineer because this one requires a lot of stupid players to succeed. Therefore, our totals are now going to rapidly slow down. The Frontier Justice, it's a shotgun with half the ammo and a nifty gimmick. Probably works out easily to 2 kills per minute. The Widowmaker is great to shoot people with, and if you can aim, you'll be laying waste to teams. 3 kills per minute. The Pomson 6000 is getting 2 kills per minute, and I'm being damn fair here. It's close to 1 kill per minute, to be honest. More seasoned players will know that this weapon was incredibly broken, but not for its killing power. The Rescue Ranger is going to get 1 kill per minute because this item is really bad to shoot people with, and I mean like 2 kills isn't out of the question, but 1 was far more consistent. Angie secondaries, get ready, it's a long list. It's the Wrangler with 2 kills per minute, and that's being generous, but yeah, it's a great item, and it's pretty slow though, so still 2 is doable. And those are the Engineer secondaries, goodbye. We actually have to hit up Engineer melee now instead of later with everybody else for its sentry gun component. The Stock Wrench, 2 kills per minute. It's a turret. Let's say that 2 kills a minute with people having to run into your gun and also accounting for the building time and yada yada yada. 2 kills per minute is good. The Gunslinger, since it has its mini sentry component, it's way faster and way harder to avoid, so we're gonna say it's 3 kills per minute. The Southern Hospitality is quite possibly the least interesting weapon in the entire game, and it's getting 2 kills per minute, because it is the same thing as Wrench, but you can make people bleed with it. The Jag, 2 kills per minute. Basically the same thing as Wrench, but if this was the older Jag, it'd be definitely getting more. This is the modern Jag, so yeah, 2 kills. And at a total of 661 hours to get the Engineer to maximum Hale Zone status, it could be worse, you know, like much worse. The Syringe Gun, 2 kills per minute. I think that's reasonable. The weapon is pretty easy, and you'll pull some kills out if you're just spamming. The Blutsauger, and I'm trying to narrow time since our grand total will be huge, so we're going to call this one 3 kills per minute. It's pretty good at keeping you alive, and if you're playing a certain way, I think you can sit at this average. The Crusader's Crossbow is, yeah, basically one of the best items in the game by a long shot, but the killing power is not really the best. Despite this, I think you can still pull out 2 kills a minute. The Overdose. It's fine, it's similar to syringe. You'll get away with kills if you do nothing but spam. 2 kills per minute. Alright, since uber farming is very weird and extremely time consuming, I had to come up with a little different of a calculation. Here we have the medigun, regular ass medigun. Let's assume you build very optimally, but just afford a 10-second buffer for your uber building. So ubers build in a perfect 40 seconds usually, so now a perfect 40 seconds is 50 seconds. Well, 1 per minute would be the total, but that would mean you're pretty much never dying ever. So instead, with very good building and the occasional death, we're looking at about 1 every 90 seconds. So that's essentially 212 hours to Hale Zone. But wait a minute, there's that stupid update that actually made this easier, allowing 3 times the build rate in setup. Now let's cut it back and say we can, with pre-round timers and regular gameplay, get down to 1 uber per minute. So now, to get a Hale Zone, it would take 141 hours in total. But wait again, if we just server hopped, we'd literally get infinite setup times. That would be 3 times faster than anything, so a regular 40-second building interval is now reduced to about 13 seconds. Now we get 3 ubers a minute, giving us only 47 hours to Hale Zone. This doesn't count, it's too cheesy. I'm staying with 141 hours to Hale Zone, it's just more natural. This little discussion helps to determine the other mediguns as well. Quick fix builds slightly faster than the medigun, so let's just knock down our total from 141 hours to 130 hours. Then there's the vaccinator, which stupidly needs all 4 bars to count towards 1 uber, meaning that this takes about 80 hours in total, but that's still much quicker than the previous 2. And finally, the Kritzkrieg, which builds using assists actually, making it the quickest by far. Getting 4 assists in a minute is very feasible, so that's a 35-hour Hale Zone right there. Nifty. Okay, there's those. That's going to be adding another 646 hours to our total, which is not so bad for medic. Not so bad.
G'day!
Snipers who find themselves in the camp of bad are not going to clock the fastest rates, but snipers who instead find themselves in the camp of not bad will find far more success. The sniper rifle is one of the most powerful weapons in Team Fortress 2, although you sometimes find nothing to even shoot at, so I found that giving an average of 3 kills per minute was fair. The Huntsman is an annoying weapon for all people involved, and it is markedly slower than any other sniper rifle. It's getting 2 kills a minute. The Sydney Sleeper is basically the sniper rifle with training wheels, so if you're feeling particularly scummy, you're looking at 3 kills a minute easy. The Bizarre Bargain is stock with a strange upside/downside. If you're bad, I'm not sure it affects your efficiency. If you're great, I'm not sure it matters that much, so we're going to give it 3 kills a minute. It's the Machina, and I'll be very dramatic and say that if you're being a scummy, annoying fucking sniper, 1 kill per 15 seconds is okay. That giving us 4 kills per minute. Hitman's Heatmaker is fairly underwhelming, and I'm going to give it 3 kills a minute, which is another stretch. Honestly, this could be 2 kills a minute, but it's fine. Good players will hit those heads. The Classic... oh yeah, this weapon too. It's terrible. Absolutely awful. We'll call it 1 kill a minute, since a good friend of mine actually did accomplish the Hale Zone Classic task, and the SMG, and I'm being far too fair to this, but hey, it's not so bad if your targets aren't in the same room as their mouse or keyboard, and give it 2 kills per minute. The Cleaner's Carbine is an item that is moderately better to shoot people with than the stock SMG, since it can oomph your damage up a little bit, but it's still sitting at 2 a minute because it sucks. But this guy seems to fucking love it, so good for him. Somebody uses it, see? Girardi, with the obvious potential to have some better minutes and some worse. I think Girardi lands on about 3 people a minute. Okay, I'm leaving aside something for later, something very relentlessly, horrifically bad. So now, for the total, the regular sniper weapons is 624 hours. Damn.
The revolver has good strengths overall, and if you can aim, it easily reaches 2 kills per minute. The Ambassador is relatively similar to stock, and therefore earns 2 kills per minute. The Elite Ranger is again pretty much the same. Shoot weak targets, get kills, in this case 2 kills per minute. The Enforcer, it sucks, but it doesn't matter, 2 kills per minute. The Diamondback is surprisingly a bit more efficient than any other revolver, and for that reason I say it's fair that it gets 3 kills per minute. More interestingly than the Spy Gun category, we have the Spy Knife category. The knife is a standard weapon that does very well and is the bread and butter of all spy play, 3 kills per minute. Your eternal reward, why not, 3 kills per minute. The Conniver's Kunai is weird, and as such I don't think it nets as many kills per minute, knocking it down to 2 per minute. The big earner is a big earner, and therefore that's pretty good, whatever, 3 kills per minute. So in total for the spy primary weapons, we're looking around 614 hours to finish all these weapons.
I did all I could.
That's a nice number, right?
Okay, let's talk Scout. The bat is very, not great. Scout melees are typically very painful, and this will be rough, but I'm saying 2 kills a minute is fairly possible. The Sandman is pretty much the same thing as stock. You'll get kills with this if you just run around with no other goals in mind. 2 kills a minute. With this item, now that we've got to play safe, the time to kill is heavily increased. Boston Basher, you get 1 kill per minute. The Candy Cane is possibly the worst item in the entire game, but hey, there's no explosives to deal with on Group Keep, so we're going to give it 2 kills per minute. The Fan of War, I'm going to give this the lowest score yet at 1 kill per 2 minutes. I'm being this harsh because truly, getting a lot of kills with the Fan of War means that your opponents have no monitor. The Atomizer is getting 1 kill per minute, despite the meme mini crit if airborne line of text. This weapon sucks to whack people with. The Rap Assassin is also getting 1 a minute, and it's a dumbass weapon to farm kills with, but if you cheese out the ball component, you're looking at a far better weapon. The ball plus some regular scout damage equals 1 kill a minute. Well, damn, that's 918 more hours, so yeah, tack on practically another 1,000 hours for the scout melee. Alright, Soldier, he hits harder, well, he hits harder than the scout, he doesn't hit harder than anybody else. Soldier! The Shovel is getting 2 kills per minute because you could honestly just hide and slap people, and 2 people come by every so often. Crits are a boon, I must say. An actually pretty mediocre side grade to the Shovel, which is hilarious. The Equalizer comes in at 2 kills per minute. You might be inclined to think that random things that happen at 5% or lower health because your damage goes up is important, but I don't think it matters. The Disciplinary action is also getting 2 kills per minute. Despite the fact that the damage is pretty bad, being able to slap people on Earth from Mars is pretty good. The Market Gardener getting us away from Group Keep. Hop on Harvest, the eternally best map by far, and you can score 2 kills per minute pretty easily. I guess depending on how cracked you are. For the uninitiated, the escape plan is probably the best soldier melee there is. Now, unfortunately, it increases the damage you take considerably, so it's kinda hard to give it anything better than 2 kills per minute. Well, Soldier rings in at 473 more hours, which, thank God, that's half as much as Scout. Down we go. With the Fire Axe, is there anything more basic than the Fire Axe? 2 kills per minute. The Extinguisher! Off to Group Keep we must go. This item has been through the ringer over the years, but you can still whack people with it. 2 kills is fine. The Homewrecker, 1 kill per minute. This thing is quite weak, and it's hard to reliably smack people and kill them. The Power Jack, the added damage taken sucks balls, but hey, it hits pretty hard as always, so 2 kills is fine. Now moving on to the Back Scratcher, and damn, this thing hits hard. And for the first time, we'll give it 3 kills every minute, since the Group Keep makes it pretty good. The third degree is literally the Fire Axe with a weird upside. It does not help the time you must spend with it. 2 kills. The Neon Annihilator thrives in water. Now, water is too rare in this game, and people avoid water anyway, so this thing has got a good 1 kill per minute potential. Alright, Pyro clocks in at 613 more hours. The Bottle is probably the best stock melee in the entire game, fuck you, Spy, and we'll give it 2 kills a minute still, because it's a stock melee. The Eyelander, 3 kills per minute. It's pretty swell sword here, good for getting kills and staying alive, especially on Group Keep where nobody has a gun. The Scotsman's Skull Cunner is 2 kills per minute. It's pretty damn good as well, and Group Keep is quite a marvel. I don't think it's actually fast enough to get 3 kills, kinda have trouble catching up sometimes. The Ulupu Caper, 1 kill per minute, if you're lucky. Thanks, Valve, for taking an item with somewhat annoying characteristics and literally just butchering it into something worse than the bottle. While, yes, it's still able to do some serious damage, it basically gives you 1 shot to get a kill, and then you literally get 0 kills with it, back to the respawn you go. The Claymore is, pretty bad now, but again, melee-only maps gives you a decent amount of kills for free, so 2 kills is fun. The Persian Persuader! It's pretty bad now, but again, melee maps give you a decent amount of kills. It's almost the exact same idea. And that's demo done. Very nice. Adding another total of 472 hours. Starting with the fists, who cares about the fists? 2 kills. The killing gloves of boxing, and let's just imagine a world in where the crit mechanic is consistent and fun and give it 3 kills per minute. Now the gloves of running urgently sucks to punch people with, but we gotta get out of here as soon as possible, so I'm cool with giving it 2 kills per minute. The Warrior Spirit, 2 kills per minute. This item is hilariously awful. On Group Keep, however, we have a decent shot at getting 2 kills before death. On non-melee maps, we have a 0% chance to kill anybody with functioning monitors, brains, or hands. Alright, the Fist of Steel. Now, let's imagine you can punch people and they don't try to melee you back, since taking a crit will quite literally kill you instantly. So let's get off Group Keep and call it 2 kills per minute. The eviction notice is getting 1 kill a minute, and damn, this sucks so bad. Why is it so, it should have no damage penalty. It's so bad. 1 kill. Holiday Punch, 2 laughs per minute. And yeah, this is a meme one, pretty much the same as just killing people. You just have to crit them or hit their backs to get a point. Which could go faster to be honest, but usually works out to 2 tickle fights, 1 per minute. And Heavy just added another 543 hours. Give it up for Heavy. Oh yeah, Engineer's already been covered. Wow, he's done. Medic Melee, surprisingly not the worst. Let's run them down. Oh yeah, actually, you know, let's just save some time since the melee stats on medic weapons are mostly similar, and especially in terms of damage. We're gonna give Medic 2 across the board for the Bone Saw, the Uber Saw, the Amputator, and the Solemn Vow. Done. Next, add 284 hours. Bam, Sniper, go. Boom. Sniper Melee. Oh boy, the most natural occurrence in this game. We're gonna give the Kukuri 2 kills per minute with the description of sure, why not? The Tribalman Shiv, it's garbage, but 2 is fine. The Bushwhacker. Back in the day, this was an easy 3k a minute paired with Girardi. Nowadays, since the weapon can't crit and you take more damage with it out, 2 is all it gets. Shahanshah. Man, this one is hard to justify. It's just such a bad melee, but it random crits, so it's fine. I mean, check this out. Wow, that's all. Not bad, Sniper. Add 284 to the total.
I did all I could.
Oh yeah, Spy is done too, so there's no need to re-talk about that, but Spy is coming back in the next section with our final category, those being the weird and or absolutely horrible strangers to the farm. Oh wait, sorry, multi-class. Surprisingly, I've left this for this long, but let's get the multi-class weapons out of the way. The shotgun, seeing as it is one of the greatest weapons in the game, I'm going to give it 3 kills per minute. You can use it on several classes, but, you know, Soldier's probably the best, maybe Engineer's the best. I don't know, whatever you like, you can use it on. The pistol is going to get 2 kills per minute. I don't even have a note. I mean, I'm sure we're all tired of this shit by now. 2 kills per minute. The Half Zatoichi, since Demo can use it as well as Soldier, we're going to say if you give it the demo and do some Degroot Keep, 3 kills per minute. It's pretty good. For the last time, we'll be going to Degroot Keep with the Pain Train, and since it's kind of just like whatever melee weapon, we're going to give it 2 kills per minute and be finally done with melee. The Panic Attack is another shotgun, and, you know, originally one of the worst weapons in the game, and now it's one of the most mediocre, so we're going to give it 2 kills per minute. The Reserve Shooter is going to get 2 kills per minute. It's got bullets, it's good, it's a shotgun, goodbye. These weapons add another 378 hours to our total. Okay, just a few more stranges left in the game. We'll get Spy out of the way because, you know, screw Spy. Sapper and Red Tape Recorder. I have no idea. I even have the Hale Zone Sapper, but I mean, it's hard to judge. You'll have games with Engineers, some without. The Red Tape Recorder is way worse to get points with, so it's going to have to take longer than the Sapper. I'm going to give a very rough estimate and say 65 hours for the Sapper, 100 for the Red Tape. That's gonna have to do. So yeah, 165 more hours for Spy, stupid. Okay, there is 3 stranges left to discuss. The first one is totally fine, and I should have talked about it earlier. The Engineer PDA, which levels up based on how many sentry kills you get, and since I gave 3 to the Gunslinger, we can actually say this gets 3 kills per minute. So, not bad at all, actually. 47 hours. Okay, 2 left. 2 very bad ones, starting with the Manntreads, which thank God needs way less kills than most stranges. The bad news is that you actually have to get any number of kills with the Manntreads. As with everything else, I tested this in a public server and leapt around for a little while trying to get some kills. I'm not the best at this item by any means, but I'm not inept either. 8 minutes later, I scored 1 kill. So let's knock it down just a teensy bit to 5 kills per minute. You'll probably start adapting quickly, maybe, I don't know. If you have the almighty patience to even do this one, then good luck. At this rate, it takes 70 excruciating hours to get to Hale Zone. Okay, there's 1 left. This is all that is between you and success, and if you could find anyone with this Hale Zone legitimately, then I'd be stunned. Here we have it, the King of Stranges, the Sniper Secondary, the Razorback. It pretty much goes without saying, but this is the worst strange in the game. It's so pointless that I can't believe they actually made it. You'll need to find 8,500 morons. I mean that affectionately too. You spies who pretty much willingly kill yourselves are legends. I'm going to be conservative with this estimate, but let's say you block a backstab every 30 minutes. That is actually really fast, by the way. Sometimes you'll rarely score a few in a session. Most times you will not. At 2 an hour, that means it's going to take you 4,250 hours to get to Hale Zone. So yeah, that's deranged. You could probably duplicate all the work you've done on Sniper 5 times over before you accomplish this task. So finally, what's the grand total? If you just skipped here and you didn't watch anything, that's fine. Great, thanks for watching. So with every strange put together, we're looking at 13,612 hours to achieve every Hale Zone weapon in TF2. The Razorback is nearly 1/3 of the time. So there you have it. All this wasted time playing around with the Manntreads and shit, rap assassin, assassinating my time. But I hope you enjoyed, I hope you learned something, got something from this, found it interesting to watch while you're eating your breakfast or some shit. If you like dumb TF2 content or enjoy anything else related to all of reality, I have a lot of topics that I'm going to churn out, hopefully at a really faster pace. So please like, comment, subscribe, share, and like, and, thanks. Good.